Alright, people, so I made a Periscope video about this, I think a week or two ago, and for some reason it didn't transfer over correctly to my, I couldn't upload it to YouTube because of technical difficulties, of course, once again with Periscope, but, so I'm just going to make a separate YouTube video on the subject, and that, the subject is sexism. This could really go to all the other isms, all the retarded isms that the left creates to try to demonize their enemies. You know, there's sexism, homophobia, you know, xenophobia, all these phobias and isms, and it's just, oh my god, everything. They got a word for every type of person that opposes them. They got a separate word for every single one. I mean, that's all they do all day, you know, and that's all they probably have a lot of time being on, you know, Obama with the welfare and the food stamps. You know, they probably have all this time to create all these isms and call all these people isms and phobias all day because they're not doing anything. They're not working. So, you know, food stamps and are up under Obama and shit like that. So you know, we're just becoming more of a welfare state. But that's besides the point. So, you know, pretty much, and this has especially gone on with Trump. Now they're trying to, you know, demonize Trump. They're not doing a very good job of it, by the way. You know, they're trying to point out things that he said, you know, and it's getting so ridiculous. I mean, it's always been ridiculous with the sexism, the whole bullshit feminism, but now it's even getting more ridiculous with Trump now, because they're just pulling everything. You know, every time somebody says something bad about a woman, or calls a woman a name, or just anything like that, they are automatically sexist. You know, if you call a woman a pig, you're a sexist for calling a woman a pig. I mean, how is that being sexist? Can somebody please explain that to me? Because I've heard many women call Trump a pig during this campaign cycle. You know, I've heard one woman on CNN say that Trump's a pig. Trump's a pig, and then in the same interview say that Trump's sexist for calling women pigs. So it's a complete double standard here, and they claim to want equality, but they obviously don't, since they're double standard here with Trump. You know, so if you call a woman a pig or call a woman fat, I mean that's sexist. But I mean, if a woman does that to a man, it's okay. You know, it doesn't matter. We're just gonna throw that under the bus. You know, that's not sexist. I mean, it's completely ridiculous what the left deems to be sexist. I mean, it's quite an insult too, and they should be ashamed of themselves, because real sexism, which happened a long time ago with not letting women to vote, now that was real sexism. Real sexism is what happens in Saudi Arabia and Oman, you dumbasses, where they, you know, a woman gets raped and she gets punished. That's real sexism, you dumbasses. It is such an insult to see people go around calling that shit sexism, when there's actually real issues of sexism, and your motherfucking candidate, Hillary Clinton, is taking money from those same countries that commit horrible acts of sexism and who are the real sexists and the real people who are homophobics and shit like that. Oh, but you call us that. No, Hillary Clinton is taking money from people like that. So shut the fuck up about us being sexist when it's your candidate taking money from those same people. I mean, again, a total double standard. It's just okay. We're just gonna let that slide there. You know, it's totally fine. I mean, it's ridiculous. And then you got the whole issue of the gender gap, the wage gap. Oh yeah. You know, again, liberals cannot do any research for themselves. They can't think for themselves. They can't look past the one sentence line of women get paid 73 cents for a man's dollar. That doesn't take into effect many factors that affect that. And no, the main factor is not sexism by the bosses. It is, for one, women go into careers that pay less than men, meaning they go into their majors on average pay less than men. They tend to go into things like arts and shit like that, or, you know, I think social work and shit like that, while men go into things that pay more, like doctors and engineers and etc. Also, men work longer hours than women. They don't take that into effect. Men are more experienced than women in the workplace, meaning that women usually don't work as much because just this is how a family works. Family values. The left wants to get rid of this, but the women a lot of times will stay at home, do a very important role in the family nonetheless. Stay at home, take care of the kids, clean the house, cook the food. So she's not working and is not getting as many working experience years and hours as the male. So a male doctor who has worked for 30 years is going to get paid more than a woman doctor working 10 years. So the liberals don't understand that. And when you go on to these left-leaning websites, you won't see that. They won't provide you those facts. They'll just provide you the one fact so they can push their narrative. That's all about what the left is. So no, I'm not sexist because I support Trump, and Trump's not sexist because he jokes around about Rosie O'Donnell being a pig. I mean, he's just making a joke. I mean, you see comedy acts on TV where they say 10 times worse than anything that Trump has said, but they don't talk about that, do they? They laugh at it, and they think it's funny that you have stand-up comedians and shit like that doing jokes 10 times worse, 100 times worse than anything Trump's ever said. But they don't call that sexist because Trump's not their enemy. Trump's not running, or the comedians aren't running for president. So again, a complete double standard there. And they just glorify these comedians who are all like left leaning, like Seth Meyers and all these people on Comedy Network and shit like that, who are all left leaning. Well, but they they could make jokes and they could call women names, but that's okay and it is okay. They're making jokes, but again, I'm just pointing out the double standard. And people, that's what happens. That's what guys do and women do too. When people are in private, they make jokes. They call people names that they would never call them in real life. You call women a fat ass, or you call a woman a pig, or you say this woman, I don't like her, whatever. You joke around in private, and you joke around and you're having a good time. Calling somebody a pig. He doesn't like Rosie. At the time, he did not like Rosie O'Donnell, so he called her a pig, called her a truck driver, called her a slob, and I mean, it was just funny. He's an entertainer. He was being funny, people. That's called entertainment. People don't understand that. And again, anytime you criticize or insult a woman, it's sexist. But if a woman does the same thing to a man, it's totally okay. Again, the total double standard that we get from liberals on the left. So there you go, people. I'm just so sick of everybody calling everything sexism or racism or homophobia and all these other made up terms which are not true. So there you go, people. Tired of all this bullshit. So let me know what you think. I mean, do you agree with me, or do you think everything that comes out of a conservative's mouth is just sexist and racist and everything else? What do you think about it? So there you go, people.